in the lab live. Hit the like button, yeah, go ahead, subscribe. Ain't no telling what you see, it's gonna be a long ride. Better open up your eyes, cause we be in the bitch till 7 in the morning. Coffee in one hand and the sweet got me zoning. Blocking all the haters, shout out my moderators. They make the show greater, main reason why we made it. So up on the top, I can't see the ground. Got these niggas mad, they love when I was down. Now nigga up, and they can't tell me shit. Shout out to Scale Gang and all my people in this bitch. I got haters, I got friends, I got product, I got ends. If I ever get a plaque, I know they gon' hate me then. Still rolling in that lack slow, hotter than Tabasco. Don't matter what you buying, I can get you what you ask for. Hottest in the streets, really niggas can't compete. We be grinding while they sleep, yeah, 7 days a week. I ain't tripping on the docks, tell them niggas come box. Right, knock them out of socks, boy, you must be smoking rocks. Hey, this in the lab live, man. Subscribe to the channel, man. Saying ain't nothing like the real Gucci. Yeah, let's get into some shiesty. Fuck.
TP, baby.
All right. He can't say he can't snitch more than once, you know, but maybe through the, you know, they always tell you to keep it real and live what you rap about. They want you to be the clearest, you know what I'm saying? They want you to tell the truth in your song, but it was a bit of controversy over the lyrics, you know what I'm saying, the things that were said within the song. Pooh Shiesty Lawyer most definitely had an interesting way of looking at what Gucci said in that song, man. A whole bunch of people, you know what I'm saying? The new man, listen, when you get you a diss on the news, you doing it big. I'm just saying though. It's like they promoting it, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't never turned on my TV, but besides Biggie and Pac, you know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. When they was beefing, they used to get some news coverage. But Pooh Shiesty and Gucci most definitely got the spotlight right now. You know what I'm saying? They got the spotlight right now. I found this on my IG, man. Somebody went and made like an AI video of how they feel like it went down with the conversation between Gucci and Yo Gotti and the whole situation. I mean, Pooh Shiesty and Yo Gotti, also with the whole robbery situation, how they felt like, you know what I'm saying, the conversation could have been and how it would have went down. I thought it was thrown. I'm gonna show it to y'all. Check this out.
You know we from Memphis, and I can get you whatever you want. But
that's Gotti.
Gucci 1017.
That's Gotti and Shiesty right there.
17 contract got to go.
All right, let me figure it out.
However it go, I got you on lawyer fees and all, but I'm playing the background.
Bet, Slime.
Man, Gotti just offered me 15 million.
Murr.
I think you should stay with. I gotta figure something out. Man, get your bitch ass out.
Look, boy, they got that boy Shiesty up in there. You know what I'm saying? This supposed to be Pooh right here. These are the events basically leading up to the robbery and the day of the robbery. So, you know, it's like a little short movie somebody put together using AI. Check it out.
My face.
All right, man, what y'all think about signing the Gotti?
Man, why though?
Because I just don't like the way shit is no more. I'm trying to do something different.
Nah, Yo Gotti must have said he gonna give you some millions.
Yeah, 15 million up front. Man, you know, Gotti just want to control everything. He wanted Dolph. That ain't work. I'm just saying.
Yeah, got him like they planned the whole thing out. That boy Shiesty wanted out that deal bad.
And the list go on and on. Plus his beef history with Gucci and that girl situation. You know, Gucci took his girl back in the day. Gotti been on get back timing for a long time now. And here, all right, I got the plan. I'm meeting with Gucci Mane today and we gonna rob him. Make him sign a release contract.
What is that, boy? You tripping?
We meeting up today with Gucci Mane. We gonna rob him and make him sign a contract.
Nah, on FDO, we doing this. Big 30 on the way up here right now.
Man, you sure about this? That's a big move.
Yeah, what's up, Pooh? I just touched down. I'm finna go switch shirts
Gucci,
real quick,
it's
and I'm headed
Gucci.
straight to you. I bet. Yeah, keep everything tight. I'm on the way.
What's up, my guy, man? I appreciate everything you did for me. Real talk. Nobody else believed you gave me.
All right, so now they in the studio. You know what I'm saying? This is when they meet up in the studio.
A shot.
Come on, Pooh. You know it's all love. Ain't got to say that. I've been waiting on you, though. We need to get this back going. The streets miss you.
Yeah, I hear you. I want out my contract.
What the fuck? What you mean?
Man, I just ain't messing with the whole situation no more. It ain't what it was.
Well, damn, you having success with FDO right now. So what's the issue? Someone in your ear? Damn, all this fucking work and time put in and you just gonna come home and do this shit?
Gucci say you just gonna come home and do this? Oh man, all this money I done put into you.
On FDO, get your bitch ass out my face. I ain't forgot what you did to Big Scar. What the fuck you mean?
You speaking on shit you don't even know about.
Yeah, I'm on the way now. The plan's still
Big
the same,
30.
right? Man, Pooh tripping, but that's my boy, so it's up. Gucci don't even see this coming.
Hey, 30, pass me that Drake.
Man, sign the release contract.
He's at 8:30 trying me that, pass me that Drake.
Sign it now.
So Pooh, this how you gonna do me? You a bitch. Yeah, man.
Big 30 standing at the door. Boy, hey,
Breaking
man,
news.
This internet is a mug. You know what I'm saying? This is Yo Gotti basically getting the news of Pooh Shiesty doing what he did.
Recording artist has been arrested for allegedly robbing well-known music artist Gucci Mane.
Damn, Pooh. Hey, it's time. I got the money. Let's go. Pooh, you a pont. And your boy Big 30, yeah, he a big funky. Pooh, you a crash dummy. But you still signed to me after all that, bitch.
You know,
This is them basically talking about Gucci Mane dropping the diss song on Pooh Shiesty. You know, as far as on the news, they put it on the news. Check this out.
Atlanta rapper Gucci Mane is calling out rapper Pooh Shiesty, trolling him in a new song.
The feds arrested Shiesty, his father, and other associates for charges of kidnapping and robbing at a Dallas record store. Fox 4 Stephen Dial live with more tonight. Stephen.
Stephen, Heather, that Atlanta rapper Gucci Mane directly talking about the allegations against Pooh Shiesty in a song that dropped at midnight titled Crash Dummy. And in that song, part of it, he says, quote, "I thought it was a business meeting, but it was a setup." It's the same narrative that the FBI gave in court earlier this week.
Yeah, so is he snitching?
Overnight, his motive was to force Gucci Mane to release him from the contract. Judging by the lyrics, that may have not worked.
And after all that, boy, you still signed
to me. Cohen and his counterparts came out and gave a press conference to the media regarding how strong they felt, or lack of strong evidence they felt that the prosecution had. I mean, things they didn't, that they weren't able to prove that Shiesty did, or the lack of video. Man, it's crazy. Check it out. Listen to what he say. This is what got a lot of people feeling like Pooh Shiesty got a chance of beating those 30 years that another attorney on here said that he felt like he was gonna get. So he felt like the dude was gonna get 30 years, and Shiesty's lawyer, you know what I'm saying, don't believe that the state got enough evidence. Check it out. That's Cohen right there in the red tie. That's gonna be the one that's gonna be fighting the hardest.
You tell me when you guys are ready. Ready?
We can say your name first.
Yeah, Bradford Cohen, Cohen, Sam Zengane, and John Helms.
Any questions? Just look friend.
Yeah, you got it.
Thank you.
So we had a bond hearing today and a PC hearing today. I think that the relevant things that were said today that I thought were fascinating were that it took 3 months to build a case. And I think the reason for that was because the statements that were given on the evening that this occurred were very questionable. I think the way that the statements were made, what allegedly was witnessed and what wasn't witnessed, I think gave great pause to the FBI. The FBI doesn't take.
It feels like this case is basically built off hearsay. You know what I'm saying? Lack of evidence, strictly going off what Gucci and his team said. You know what I'm saying? And he's countering that with saying, "Hey, man, we really don't know what went on. It's my client word against theirs."
3 months to arrest someone if they believe everything that was said on the night that it occurred. They were involved the first night, and then nothing happened for 3 months. In addition to that I thought was quite embarrassing.
Why it takes so long?
Agent says they don't have the resources to keep their eye on an individual. This is allegedly an individual that committed a crime that they then didn't watch to see if the guns were present, if the jewelry was present. And what didn't we hear today? What we didn't hear today is there is no contract, this mystery contract. They have no contract. They have no video of this alleged signing of a contract. They have no guns. They have no jewelry. They have none of that physical evidence. What they have is they have allegedly 5 individuals, one of them being a very well-known individual that is allegedly cooperating with
He throwing that alleged around, allegedly.
government and making these allegations against my client and many more. I'm going to take like 1 or 2 questions and then we're going to scoot.
You're essentially arguing that got only a he said kind of case. No evidence.
Correct. Yeah, it's very.
Hearsay.
I think that this is a.
Yeah, I hear him. He said, she said.
Correct. Yeah, it's very fair. I think that this is it's a he said type of case. I mean, obviously, there's 5 individuals on one side. What we're missing are the other people that were present in the room, right? The owner of the studio, who says he didn't hear anything or see anything. The way they leave the studio, where no one is in concert with anybody else, no one's arguing with anyone else. One of the individuals says, "Hey, can I get my watches back?" Like, the story is quite unusual. And I think that the FBI knew that. I think the investigators knew that it was unusual. And I think that's why it took so long to make the arrest.
Unusual because it took so long in order for them to pull up any charges against Shiesty. That's the thing too. You know what I'm saying? He gonna break it down here in a second, but Shiesty he's not locked up for a robbery, guys. If my memory serves me correctly, I think he goes on to say that Shiesty is locked up, because they want like a evaluation or something like that. Like, nothing linked to this situation yet. He gonna break it down more. I forget the exact word he used, but we gonna get to it in a second. So he ain't even locked up right now on what we think he locked up on.
Sure, those are
Sweetest Thug, I might drop it in a minute. I just ain't gonna drop it right now.
The fact is that he was allowed to be in certain areas at certain times. That really wasn't an argument for today. I wasn't really even going to make that argument.
I think so.
The main thrust of today was to really push on the evidence and see exactly what they had and when they had. How about this? How about the individual who wrote the complaint, who actually drafted the complaint, who was sitting in the courtroom, who's only been an FBI agent for 4 years, does not take the stand. They put someone else on to say what she wrote in her own complaint.
Huh? Did y'all hear that? Hold on. Listen close.
Drafted the complaint, who was sitting in the court when they had. How about this? How about the individual thrust of today was to really push on the evidence and see exactly what they had and when they had. How about this? How about the individual who wrote the complaint, who actually drafted the complaint, who was sitting in the courtroom, who's only been an FBI agent for
the complaint
4 years, does not take the stand. They put someone else.
Didn't the one who drafted up who wrote down or whatever was supposed to then happen, didn't even take the stand. They put somebody else up there in her place. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
On to say what she wrote in her own complaint when she's sitting in the courtroom. And that's done quite often in gamesmanship, because they don't want to put a rookie on the stand and be measured by our legal team.
How far away is this from trial?
Oh, who knows? You know, we're going to get discovery. We'll take a look at their discovery. They're going to say it's ongoing. I mean, think about it. They had 3 months to get this stuff. They had 3 months to get warrants.
3 months.
They didn't get warrants that night. They didn't get warrants the next night. They didn't get warrants the next month. They didn't get warrants the month after.
All right, so Chat Gang says you have an eyewitness as victims. Them boys going to prison. I still think they gone. Oh wow, they're trying to railroad Shiesty. Let's go. You know what I'm saying?
They waited 3 months to get warrants on whether or not there's guns.
Sweetest Thug, what's your thoughts down there? You know what I'm saying? Type me some in the chat. Don't just sit back, you know what I'm saying, and be looking out your windshield as you drive. You know what I'm saying? What you thinking about this, Thug?
Whether or not there's jewelry. How about their cell phones? How about the computers? That gives me great pause when I see a case that takes that long to get warrants, if you believe everything that was said on the evening that it occurs.
Another thing is, he believes that if the FBI, whoever investigated this situation, thought they had a open and shut case, you know, as far as the evidence, it wouldn't have took 3 months in order to bring these guys in.
Hold on, let me take one.
They would have got shot. He feels like they would have got Shiesty right then. Soon as they left, it wouldn't have been no gap in between or none of that. Now, soon as they caught wind, he felt like if they had enough evidence, they'd have picked Shiesty up.
Because she was trying last night.
Can you say anything about the identity of RD, and then you also spoke about a social media post?
Correct. So listen, I don't
This SD, you know what I'm saying? Who cares? Can we address the elephant in the room? What's the elephant in the room, whether Gucci snitching or not? Let me know. Whether Gucci snitching or not, is that the elephant in the room, SD?
When the government puts initials in and everyone takes a guess who they are, we all know who they are, right? I'm not going to say it's this person or that person. That's not my job to do. But certainly there have been media posts of individuals that we suspect were involved in that evening where they're denying that it occurred, or they're denying that they're giving statements to the government. I think that's unusual as well, because of what the government put forward today seems to negate those statements, but we'll have to see how this all shakes out. Listen, guys, Sam and I have had many, many cases together, right? We just finished a case a couple of years ago in San Francisco on the Cash App murder case. And whenever I talk to individuals, whenever I talk to the media, I always say, this is not a straight road.
We on Pooh Shiesty Gucci Man right now, SD.
It's always a very winding road, so we never know where things are going to take us. We got to look at the evidence as it comes in, and we'll see what's there. I'm just shocked that, you know, when they say there might be video out there, they don't have it. There might be this mystery contract, they don't have it. Oh, they were at Staples, you know, making copies.
The mystery contract, the laws don't got it. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. See, you get thrown off. Listen close. He's telling y'all what they got and what they don't got.
You know, when they say there might be video out there, they don't have it.
They don't got a video.
This mystery contract, they don't have it.
They don't got the contract.
Staples, you know, making copies. It's just a total guess. So, like, we're not here to guess.
Say they doing, he said the laws feeding out a bunch of guessing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some things that didn't even occur. They ain't got the video, you know, that they said they had. You know what I'm saying? They don't got the weapon. He's saying, really, what y'all got? You know what I'm saying? Y'all playing. He said he's doing a bunch of guessing.
I'm here to look at the evidence, to weigh the evidence, and to make the best decision based on that evidence.
Where your client stays in detention until
yeah, currently he'll stay in detention. We'll get discovery. We'll start going through that. There's going to be several motions that we're going to file, obviously, in the next couple of weeks, but that'll all come out, and we'll give copies to everybody. Look at my man. So my understanding is the FBI has, over the past 3 or 4 months, has interviewed none of the alleged victims, and allegedly they all have future dates to give statements. But I have no idea if that's true. We're basing it on what the agent said on the stand, that each one of those witnesses from that evening is going to appear and give a statement to the federal authorities.
RD is Gucci.
Not to the FBI, but that evening it appears from the material that they produced and from the agent's testimony is that RD gave a statement that evening, but since that evening has not given another statement. But the FBI said in the future they're all scheduled to give statements, so we'll have to see.
So we find out that Gucci, you know what I'm saying, did in fact give statements, guys. He most definitely gave statements to the regular police. He just didn't talk to the feds.
Our agreement was that
what
if you
all right, so this is academics right here. This somebody talking to academics about what's going on.
I'm lying to you, but you have the right to.
Sound like Wack.
You don't got no paperwork, Wack. Stop it.
That's what you think, that?
Wack.
Okay, you know what you got to do when I fit it to you, right? Here it comes.
All right, and that's what, hold on, let me pause that. And that's what I'm saying. Highlighted comment. I felt the same way. You know, that was him snitching through the music. You know what I'm saying? Same thing we be saying about yelling them. You know, if you play this in court, such and such and such and such, that's as good. Them interviews off the internet, that's as good as taking the stand. They ain't got to have you physically up there. They can just play your song. You spoke about what went on in this song right here. I guess that'd be telling without telling. But then again, they want you to live your life through your music. So, you know what I'm saying? He ain't lying. He telling y'all his real situation. Street stuff go out the window when you're taken against your will. Gucci can be charged for lying. It happens down here in South Florida. I bet. Let's go, though. Let's continue on. This Wack 100 talking about Pooh Shiesty being the snitch. I showed y'all that on the last live stream.
Yo, where does Wack go? This nigga said daddy been a rat.
I'm gonna send
Yo,
you,
Wack, stop it,
I'm
bro.
about to send you where he ready. Listen, the nigga been a rat since 09. I'm sending you
He
all
talking about, that's Wack 100 talking about Pooh Shiesty being a rat.
this is pop. Live in
So what he's saying, his dad was a snitch way back in the day, and now what he's saying is that Pooh Shiesty's a snitch. What did I say at the outset? I mean, he's sitting there showing everybody's paperwork, how he's looking at all this time, and he was able to plead to a gun case and get 63 months.
live and direct. Now, listen, you know the exposures we sit back because I'm a strong representation when it come to Gucci. That's bro. So I'm gearing up for when these niggas want to start playing.
Well, the forum say snitching label has been overrated. Gucci obviously knows that and doesn't give a ish about snitching. He will still be a multi-millionaire. You hear me? Yeah, without the streets. Gucci Mane out there.
We gonna play back hard.
That still hurt my feelings though, man.
The direct pages of the 5K word stipulation, this nigga's a motherfucking rat. So now, since you want to tell me I'm lying, go ahead, right?
Wait, what?
Got it. You no, don't start it now.
And if you go back to the other video that I dropped with Gucci and Shiesty on the cover or whatever with Big 30, I also told y'all about this paperwork. I even showed y'all the paperwork and told y'all that Wack 100, basically had posted that. Then now he over here with academics, talking about the same thing with this paperwork and alleging that Pooh Shiesty and his daddy are snitches.
Full document, and I sent you the 3 pages.
United States through the undersigned attorney to plead guilty to 1 count of the numbered indictment.
So let's just see what some of these other talking heads have to say. How short-sighted is this? Get a lawyer involved. Try to challenge the contract. If it's not fair, say, look, it's a contract of adhesion. I mean, this just isn't fair. We need to redo this. You don't just put a gun in somebody's mouth and say, sign this. Because number one, that contract isn't legal. Number 2, look at all the evidence there is that you did this. You're there. They got you with your ankle monitor. And you're on supervised release, which will be a consecutive sentence too.
So this is him factoring everything in, guys. You know what I'm saying? Of all the evidence they potentially have on Shiesty.
Yes, you do.
Let's run it for a second.
I scratched my head. How short-sighted is this? Get a lawyer involved. Try to challenge the contract. If it's not fair, say, look, it's a contract of adhesion. I mean, this just isn't fair. We need to redo this. You don't just put a gun in somebody's mouth and say, sign this. Because number 1, that contract isn't legal. Number 2, look at all the evidence there is that you did this. You're there.
He felt like just from the broadcast and all that they had a lot of evidence against him. But he most definitely takes it into account. Tell him, look at you, man, got an ankle monitor. Man, this right here, they got video. Hey, bro, he feel like Shiesty is cooked, man. Just saying. Hold on. All right, let's go. Check it out. These are the lyrics, without the music. Basically to Gucci Mane's diss song to Pooh Shiesty.
Got my bread up. I always keep my head up. I thought it was a business meeting, but it was a setup. I walk in the room.
I thought it was a business meeting, but it was a setup. I walked in the room.
You can feel the pressure building.
You can feel the tension in the air. Learn from your daddy, so I guess it's just hereditary. Okay. He putting them in.
Scoochie.
It's crazy, ain't it, man? You know what I'm saying? So that was the song without the music in its entirety. You heard everything he had to say. He told him that he signed that paperwork under duress. You know what I'm saying? He called Big 30 a fat B word. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Gucci most definitely snapped. But saying what he said is what got a lot of people feeling like he just snitched. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, it compares to the Mo3 situation because of the songs that can potentially be used. We seen that happen where they try to use the songs against you. So even if they don't have Gucci to take the stand, he still can take the stand. You see what I'm saying? With the music. All right, shout out to my boy Big Mississippi Stepper for being a member for the last 32 months. Shout out to you, Big Dog. Shout out to Cupcake for being a member for the last 24 months. You know, so you got to hear everything that was going on within the song, you know, that they promoted on the news if you didn't know that. I love it on the sidewalk. We stay out of trouble. Let's go, Tootsie. Man, we stay on some content. We stay with multiple things to do. You know what I'm saying? We do all kind of reporting on this channel. It's the hip hop channel, you know. I'm going to report on the things going on in the hip hop industry, in the hip hop news, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, all right, which leads us to this moment. Remember some of the things you heard within that song I just played, you know, with the acapella, no beat. Remember some of the things that Gucci described. Think about some of the things you finna hear that's involved in the case, and you will see that according to
I think it was because the individuals that were involved were not cooperating with giving statements to the FBI. They gave statements that night to the Dallas Police Department, but since that night, they have not given statements to the FBI.
So a lot of the complainants, the ones who gave the initial statements, or haven't gave any to the FBI since that day, including Gucci Mane. You know what I'm saying? They say that he had something to say that day, but hey, as of what I'm hearing, he's uncooperative with the laws right now. Senator Paz said the complainant was to make him seem like a menace to the complaint was to make him seem like a menace to society. That's how they are trying to keep him until they get an indictment. Okay, I bet. Big 30 and his dad, Big 30 and the dad out on bail, right? What was they charged with is my question. Okay, I love when Law and Crime because of the stories. We get the real breakdowns on our level. Absolutely, you know what I'm saying? Facts and no speculation, balling, just straight facts. Came out with a song. He said that let you know he knows about the song. Now they finna ask him about the song, and this is where you finna get how he feels. Certain details were left out the song. You know what I'm saying? That should have been in the song. But let's go.
He's always have a positive attitude. I have a good conversation with him about the case, a good conversation about how we move forward from there. So he's staying positive, just like any defendant should. It doesn't do you any good.
Zay locked up, but he's staying positive. Look inside Shicey's mind. I know he got a lot of thoughts going through his head right now. You know, I ain't gonna lie. To me, it did feel like a crash out move, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, bro, you just crashed all the way out. You know, all the way. You ain't even fully home yet. They gave you a breath of fresh air, and you went crazy. You have to be charged with something to get bail, correct? Or am I missing something? Well, in Shicey's case, he may not get no bail because he's already in trouble anyway. You know what I'm saying? Due to him being on that leg monitor, that may have been part of why they didn't give him a bail, because he's already in trouble. He just revoked his parole. You know, so to keep him from going somewhere or getting lost, you know, when he gets out, they rather keep him in there. So it wouldn't have did no good to get a bail anyway. Seeing that he's had contact with the law and they bringing his name up, you know what I'm saying? That's contact with the police. That could be considered a violation anyway. He still had to sit in there. If the evidence was weak, as his lawyer claims, Pooh would have got a bond. Pooh was already in trouble though. Sounds like the lawyer is worried about the wrong ish. Okay. I never heard of this song on the news. Never. Gucci Mane got promo through the news. They played it on the news. You know what I'm saying? Correct. They don't have to offer bail. He revoked his current deal. Dumbest criminal ever. Yeah, man. You know, he under a special circumstance. He ain't supposed to have no contact with the police. I think he's going to have to, you know, admit being there for the GPS, for the fact of the GPS tracker. I think it's more focused on his involvement and what took place once Gucci got there. I don't think it's so much where I don't think he's trying to say he wasn't there. I think the best defense would be to make them prove that he actually did something, you know, illegal there. Because I don't think he's gonna be able to prove he wasn't there. He can't give all of that information. He basically saying prove it, LOL, but not giving a solid alibi for Pooh Shiesty. Absolutely. What you done found out now, man? That they basically don't got all the evidence they say they had against Pooh Shiesty, and that his lawyer is looking at different angles on how to he's strategizing on how he's gonna take on this case. That's what I'm getting so far.
Stolen, saying like, here's my chain.
He talking to me. Let's go. He's saying Gucci he paying Gucci to be a snitch still.
The kidnapping and robbery.
Sure. So one thing is, and I thought this was very interesting, it looked like Gucci came out with the exact stuff that was allegedly stolen, saying like, here's my chain and here's something else. I think that he actually showed like some jewelry that was allegedly stolen.
Now, y'all remember that? I told y'all about that as well. I said, man, they said that when Seti Nash and them first came out with this story and said that Gucci stuff got stolen, Gucci put out them pictures, you know, of him with the ring and the watch and with that ring on and his necklace and all of that. You know, people were saying that's an old picture. That's an old picture. Well, it seems like something that maybe Shiesty's lawyer will grab on to, saying, hey, how you gonna be saying that these guys took this, but on this day right here you posted this and you still had your ring, watches, and chains, Gucci, man? You know what I'm saying? He gonna make Gucci say, hey, you know, that was an old picture. We're gonna know for sure if it was old or not, because he gonna make him tell us.
It was like a Rolex with a Jubilee band. I forgot the type of Rolex that it was, but they can't say that it is that Rolex. And in fact, that individual who had that watch has a receipt for purchasing that same Rolex. And in the next picture on his Instagram, it shows the box, the papers, and the receipt for the
You hear me? Hey, man, I'm just saying, one of the suspects they saying got a receipt for owning that watch. The same exact day. So he basically saying like even though this dude talking about his stuff was stolen, you know, one of his people got the receipt plus the box on his Instagram of when he went and bought that watch. You know what I'm saying? This is the watch in question.
Whether or not it is that watch. And in fact, on one of them, where they
basically saying, hey, man, the watches look the same, but you can't just say it's that because he got a receipt that he bought that watch. This his watch, not nobody's stolen watch.
And I think it was a thing that was taken. I think there was a Rolex and some jewelry that was displayed in some Instagram pictures. And again, those aren't Instagram pictures from Pooh Shiesty. Those are Instagram pictures from other individuals that were allegedly involved.
Well, let me tell you something. First of all, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for being a sport to break down the evidence with me. You are an incredible lawyer. I just have to tell you. And I
different strategies he may use to fight this whole situation. You can't lie. That situation with the watch is crazy though. You know, he just managed to have a receipt for the same kind of watch they say was stolen with pictures of the watch on his Instagram. You know, that may draw some reasonable doubt though. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not. I do remember them saying something about having to watch the serial numbers. So that may be something they have to compare to see. But that, hey man, that's crazy. Orange Man Quest allows the lawyers with no better than him. Okay. Still, what's the date on them pictures? LOL. You can get a fake Rolex stuff from Temu. Bet them pictures are bet them pictures after they robbed. Okay. He took the bag of watches, bro. The bag probably had the watch in the box, and receipt was probably in the box, man. Absolutely. But what if it's before then though? What have you been? I'm just saying. What if it was before then? What if it was just a coincidence that the dude managed to steal the watch? You know, that was like the watch that he had went and bought. Maybe. What's the odds of that? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Here go another lawyer's take on the Pooh Shiesty situation.
The Gucci Mane situation keeps getting crazier and crazier. Take it from me, as somebody who's been up close and personal with some of these cases in ways that you wouldn't believe. Every time I think it can't get crazier, the internets will be like, hold my beer. You mean to tell me for months, people have been saying on camera, Pooh Shiesty is sticking up Gucci Mane to get out of his recording contract. Then the FBI comes out and says, actually, it's not on camera. Then a lawyer for one of the lawyers says Gucci is not testifying because Gucci went on live and said,
there you go. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, don't ever think, you know, that I'm slacking, Bob. You know, I got to back up whatever I say. I told y'all, you know what I'm saying? They saying they do not have a video of Shiesty doing that, you know, and basically they saying different things. That's what he just said too, exactly what I told y'all a while ago, you know, that Gucci allegedly wasn't gonna cooperate.
And he's not gonna cooperate with the government. Then Big 30's lawyer goes and does a line-by-line review of the complaint with Vlad on an interview while his dude is fighting for bond. Then Gucci Mane drops a song where he outlines essentially the complaint, but then says, I don't settle for less.
That this song, I'm telling you, everybody talking about it.
Contract signed under duress. Read between the lines. Who is he telling to read between what lines to get what message at this point? The only thing that should happen is Pooh Shiesty needs to get on a jail call and get high and then rap, freestyle off the head, telling us his most deepest internal thoughts of this situation, because nothing less could be worthy of the next Pooh Shiesty update. Pooh, please do not do that. The Pooh Shiesty.
It just get crazy about a second, man. You know what I'm saying? So could the song, that's why I asked y'all about that song. Could the song be, Gucci's way of testifying without testifying? Because according to him, and what I've heard, Gucci ain't gonna take the stand. Gucci ain't gonna take. What if Gucci don't take the stand? Doesn't matter. Let me know. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, man. You know what I'm saying? What if Gucci don't take the stand? Does that matter? Or can they use that rap as basically his statement? Let's see what Big Meats think about all of this, guys. Make sure y'all hitting that like button.
Glorify the situation or take a side in the situation, because I love both of them guys. They both have real good crafts. Gucci being the OG, Shiesty being the youngster, representing young culture, the YNs, so to speak. I don't think he was wrong for the signing, which I feel like Gucci should have signed him out the contract if he wanted, because Gucci been down that road before. But at the same time,
me say he should have let him go, but it's always a but, and I ain't finna get a but.
The robbery part was wrong, whether he had something to do with it or not, or whether his men just acted off impulse. That was the wrong part about the situation. But other than that, I hope both of them guys come out unscathed. Gucci reputation remain intact, and not to glorify. Take a side.
So that was Big Meech take on it. You know what I'm saying? He say, "Hey man, Gucci should have let Shiesty go. The whole situation was messed up. On top of that, basically Shiesty shouldn't have robbed Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Now, all of us be hearing a lot of stuff talking about that this situation was because of Big Scar, in the handling of the funds. What if I told y'all that Big Scar's pop is still cool with Gucci and says that Gucci, not only gave the $10,000 to Barry Scar, but Atlantic Records gave another $10,000, and then he came up with the rest. It looked like, Big Scar pop ain't believing the hype, that or feeling a type of way towards Gucci Man, like people have been saying. Check this out. This is Big Scar's pop right here, speaking on this situation.
Anything else out the window. Atlantic Records did what they did, y'all. Gucci sent 10, Atlantic sent 10. I paid the difference.
That's 20 bands.
What difference does it make my son gone still? What does it matter? They didn't do that for that. They did that out their heart, and I appreciate it. They didn't have so
it says Big Scar dad says Gucci in fact did send $10K for his son's funeral along with another $10K from Atlantic Records. Big Scar has all respect. Hold on, Big Scar dad has all respect for Gucci Man. He says no matter what, he won't get his son back. R.I.P. Big Scar. Go a picture of Gucci and Scar together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So according to his pop, you know what I'm saying, there was a lot more did than what people thought was did behind the scenes, when it came to that. So he was 20 bands not enough? Did he still not do good enough? Does that still justify what Gucci did? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. I feel like Finesse was feeling too when it comes to this situation. I'm telling y'all, this ain't the same Gucci. This new thin dude, I don't know who he is. I like the fat Gucci. But Finesse felt the way about what Gucci Man did too. He most definitely was vocal about it. Check this out.
That nigga, you was once that young nigga want. You know, nigga put the police on your ass, bitch ass nigga. You know, nigga tell on you, soft ass nigga. You doing that? Oh, I was robbing down on Campbellton. Did nobody tell on you, bitch ass nigga? The fuck you telling that young nigga for, fool? That young nigga ain't number 24, 25 years old. That young nigga don't know no better for real.
Let's go, Finesse.
The slime shit. All he know that what he was raised on. He don't know no better. He throw it out. Why you ain't just help him? Why you ain't just talk to him? Why you ain't just something?
Anything but tell on it.
Word in the streets is, man, you ain't have nothing on Star Funeral. You ain't fuck with Scott. You want
Which we just seen his dad say that ain't the truth. You know what I'm saying, Finesse? That ain't the truth. Gucci son 10 and the label son 10. So he did put something in on Scar Funeral.
third for Scott when that shit went down. You damn wrong, what? And then here you come with your security and your cameraman ready to make some money off me. I would have robbed your bitch ass too. I was once that young nigga. You was once that young.
So you got Finesse 2 times being very vocal. You know what I'm saying? So he said, nobody put the police on you. So he don't feel like it's right. You know what I'm saying? That basically Gucci put the police on Shiesty, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Shiesty thought he was going to go to the laws. I think Shiesty thought he was going to get in there, do what he did. They was going to keep it in the streets, and that was going to be the end of it. You know what I'm saying? As far as no police involvement. But hey, you find out all the time, you can be wrong. You know what I'm saying? You can most definitely be wrong. You know, because Gucci went straight to the laws. All right, so here go Kodak Black, basically speaking on the same situation as well. What you think about it, Kodak? Boy, you look like a gremlin for real.
No, go out, think about that shit. I throw that shit like, man. I don't put these niggas on phone, make these niggas, not saying like, settle that little shit or whatever the fuck. I'm out of brr, but you know.
Is it me or can nobody else ever understand what Kodak Black is saying anyway? He be just mumbling. But he off 1, 2, and 5. You know what I'm saying? Got his brain scrambled.
What the fuck? What the fuck is going on?
That boy Kodak just be mumbling, y'all. You'll never understand nothing he's saying no damn way. I don't even know why they interview him. He be on man, what language is you speaking? What language is that? Man, hey, man. Hey, you had to speak proper English, Kodak.
Oh shit, damn, that shit right there crazy, though. That shit crazy. That shit fucked up. Cause like, I ain't gonna lie, right? I'm my artists ever like them say fuck like me and shit like that. They man, everybody's on a lifetime contract. Like, ain't no termination, nigga. Yeah. You know why? Cause like people be getting tired of people around. Like, oh, we for lifers, we for that. Ain't nothing shit for life. Alright, show that. Sign this lifetime contract, homie. Sign this, homie. Sign this, homie. Cause now what, bro? Or what? Oh, dog, we were motherfucking niggas gonna stage and fall out. What we doing, bro? What shit you doing? The same shit you been there. Oh, fuck. I know go out think about that shit.
I don't know what he was saying. Hey, man, what is he saying? Hey, man, look, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just seen it was Kodak Black. You know, I know he's gonna be on there mumbling. He always mumbling. Yeah, I don't know, Christopher. I don't know what in the world he was saying, but he was saying something, and he felt like whatever he was saying was right. It was just his thoughts at the time because it was all over the place. It was broken. He gave a response, but it was all broken. You got to go through there and piece it together yourself because I don't know what that dude was saying, man. I'm like, man, what? All right, you know what I'm saying? All right, just some celebrity reactions to this whole situation. We got Slim Thug up next, y'all. He most definitely spoke to this situation as well. What Slim Thug out of Texas? I'm Slim Thugger, the boss of all bosses. What you think about this, Slim?
Genius by not signing artists. Look at Gucci Mane struggle.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
I don't be thinking people understand my I'm glad somebody see it. I know a lot of people ain't got common sense. So how many times on here have I told y'all I'm not getting no artist because I don't want to get and end up in no stupid shit? How many times have I came on this motherfucker and say, man,
Slim, you done had a couple of artists. I don't know what happened to them. I guess you just let them out their contracts up. Y'all was just doing some homeboy stuff, but you done had a couple of artists. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, Slim. Yeah, what about J-Dog? You know what I'm saying? What about the Outlaws? You know, when you did the boss, it was a couple of y'all. Come on now. You done had some artists.
you know what? I like this piece I have. Well, I'm in safe places. I ain't got to put myself in these dangers. You get the fucking with some gangster shit gonna be happening. Is that money worth it when you already get money? Nah, man, your piece is important, man. That's crazy, but that's how life goes. That's what happened. This is where we at. And how many times have I told y'all this? How many? Slim, you a genius by not signing artists. Look at good. Times have I told y'all, man, you know what? I get back like this. I stay on this motherfucker and talk to y'all from right here. I get all the game from right here.
On the Pooh Shiesty Goofy
I'm not
situation.
with y'all crazy motherfuckers these days, man. You try to help them up and end up getting robbed is crazy. I don't understand what happened, but damn, that's why you can't.
Hey man, that's some young boys, Slim. Yeah, you don't do what they say, they ready to end you. That's what culture we in now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he asked them, hey man, let me out my contract. Gucci Man had something to say about after that. Yeah, and it went down. You know, ain't too much talking with them young boys.
You know what I'm saying?
The why
end up being the motherfucker you trying to help, end up trying to hate you the most. Like how that. You see what I'm saying? That's why I already know I just gotta build my own earth. Man, just like I seen Kanye West stage, why the f didn't I ever think about that? Not that I ever could afford one for a show, I do. But listen, that's me, my own earth, man. If you ain't on that hoe, I don't care if I told y'all, man, you know what, I can't give a f what you got going on. But no, I don't want no crazy shit going on my earth. And y'all be, man, why you don't be helping? Is why you don't want to help me? Why you don't want to? Look, the people you help hate you the most. Most people, number one haters is somebody they helped. Think about that. Think about how many motherfuckers did he help that went against him when they got a chance to try to take him down and get some money. The motherfuckers you help is the motherfuckers who be wanting to take you down the most.
I don't know. Sometimes the people you help, want to help you. Some people just be acting like some ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they just be acting like that sometimes. But I most definitely agree with what Slim is saying. You know what I'm saying? When you be good to people, keyword, be good to people. And it's crazy how they'll change on you, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, put you in these type of positions that Gucci in. You try to help somebody and they turn on you. You know, that's how it goes, man. We see that every day. You know what I'm saying? On here anyway. You know, that was 2004, 2005 before the Young Boys was born. Yeah, man. Yeah, I hear you, Bob. I hear you, Bob.
It's crazy. Think about that. Think about how many motherfuckers actually started together and really cool. No, the motherfuckers going bad on each other is a motherfucker who helped the motherfucker at first and they fell out. And that's the number one motherfucker hate each other. If you look on the internet and all the gossip going on.
Let's go, Slim. Slim breaking it down, man.
Think about any, oh man, the Suge Knight, a Snoop Dogg, how much they don't like each other. Whoever, anybody you name, it's somebody you help gonna be your number one hater most of the time.
Let's go.
It's gonna be somebody you helped before, paid, gave him some money, gave him a chance, opportunity. That's gonna be the motherfuckers that hate you the most on earth. It's the craziest shit in the world that I realized.
Must be why I got so much hate. You know what I'm saying? Y'all think that what it is? Must be why I got so much hate. I done helped a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, greed, jealousy, and hate breaks them up. Yeah, yeah, man. Let's go, Slim. I feel what Slim's saying, man. Yeah, that might be why I got so much hate, Slim. They can't stand me.
You know what I'm saying? Selena. R.I.P. Selena. Think about that, man. Crazy. Think about that, how often that happens. A lot of the times it be a mother. Think about that. Think about any, oh man, a Suge Knight, a Snoop Dogg, a Suge.
My bad.
You helped that hates you the most. Because you didn't keep helping them. Because you took your help away or some shit. And then that's when they hate you the most. When really, if you'd appreciate it to help, everything will be good. But you know what I'm saying? A lot of times people get around you, they start forgetting. And then when you wake them up, like, hey, and they realize and go back to real life, they're like, oh, shit. Now they want to expose you. You know what I'm saying?
That's the next step.
Expose you.
Yeah.
It'll be your partner. It'll be your family.
It be the people closest to you. Turn around, want to expose you. Let's go. We see it once again. We see that every day on YouTube. Niggas be the best of friends. You know what I'm saying? Then one day they fall out. It'll be the ones closest to you, ready to go expose you. Yeah, he on point, Jedi. Yeah, that's how it be, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how it be. I swear to God, that's how it be. Let's go.
It be motherfuckers close to you exposing you, right? Exactly. That's how that shit go. It's crazy. That's how crazy the world is. Glorilla, her little sister. You helped that hate you the most.
That hurt. That hurt too.
Your own people trying to expose you, trying to take you down. How often do you see that shit though? Just look on the internet. How often you see motherfuckers who's supposed to love you, trying to expose you, take you down? It's crazy.
Yeah, how many times we done seen that, y'all? To my people that's in there, how many times y'all done seen that, man? You know what I'm saying? We see that every day. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying over here where I'm at, we see that every day. Yeah, real talk. Homeboys falling out with homeboys, supposed to be homeboys. Yeah, mad they put you on the Summer Jam screen. Absolutely. All help ain't good help. Let's go, CB. Starilla is a good example. Yeah, real talk. It, man, and it be like that. I'm telling y'all, man. A lot of what he's saying, I can relate to strictly off of YouTube type shit. Just by seeing the things that go on over here, you should know. People start out cool. They be on panels every day together. You know what I'm saying? Doing the show. All of them together. It's a group. One day somebody get mad. Yeah, they telling everything. Yeah, Summer Jam. Yeah, recordings. Yeah, all that. Text messages. All that. Yeah, it was the ones that was the closest to him.
It's crazy, man.
Pictures, all that.
That's the sickest part about success. It turned everybody against you. When you start getting some money and you don't give them up everything they want,
let's go.
It's over.
It's over with.
They're gonna talk you.
They're gonna put your name in everything. They're gonna run stories about you. Yeah, all of that. Soon as you L family be exposing folks on her. I'm just saying. Yeah, he ain't lying.
Down. It's just like that. That's what come with this shit.
It's crazy. That's a part of the game.
Yep.
You start getting some money, they really start hating on you.
You could have gave them up $10,000. Nobody in their life never made income tax. Ain't give them that. You give them up something they ain't never had. Took them somewhere they ain't never been. Your own people trying to expose you, trying to take you down. How often do you see that shit though? Just look on the internet.
Let's go, Slim. Every day.
Still, they gonna think about some other shit. Man, yeah, man, that. They ain't gonna never look at it like that motherfucker did help me more than any motherfucker on earth. Anybody on earth, that motherfucker helped me more than anybody on earth. Everything else. And the other side of that is when you do try to be that motherfucker, This how you gonna be, right? You gonna come in the game, you gonna say, man, you know what? I'm finna get this money. I'm gonna help everybody. When you black, everybody, first of all, it's so tough. That's why it's hard for black people to make it, right? Most of our people is struggling. You alone need $1 million. You and your personal close family, your girl, your baby, y'all got $1 million worth of shit y'all need. Everybody who broke got $1 million shit that they need already because you broke. So you already got $1 million worth of shit. Still.
Yeah, $1 million worth. You ain't got $1 million, but got $1 million worth of stuff you need.
They gonna think about some other shit. Man, yeah, man. That. Everybody who ain't got no money, if I give you $1 million, you gonna be broke because you got $1 million worth of shit you already need. So when you try to satisfy your $1 million shit, then try to the next person got another $1 million worth of shit they need. So if you can't give everybody the $1 million that they need, they gonna be talking down. If you give it to one person and don't give it to all, they gonna be talking down. So it's like a trap. That's why I guess they call it the trap. Everybody who ain't got no money,
that's
if
crazy.
I give you $1 million,
well, maybe that is why they call it the trap, Slim. You know what I'm saying? But that was Slim Thug, his breakdown, his analysis of how he felt about the whole Pooh Shiesty Gucci Mane situation, man. It is most definitely crazy. We most definitely heard from Pooh Shiesty's attorney, man. You know what I'm saying? Who basically is saying, look, man, the state ain't really got nothing, or the feds ain't really got nothing when it comes to Pooh Shiesty. Besides, he was there. They don't got no inside footage of him robbing nobody, holding no Draco, or none of that. We also found out that, hey, you know what I'm saying? He's in there under what he say? It wasn't because of he didn't get indicted. He was in there because what was the word they said? I done forgot that fast. What was the word they said? He hadn't been indicted. He was in there for I forgot what they said. Folks saying YouTube ain't real life. Okay, we already read that. Who ain't got caught up yet? Big X. I haven't heard of his people coming to the internet yet. Illuminated. Why are you typing all that stuff, man? You know what I'm saying? Complaint. Yeah, there we go. Grave digger, man. I had an old man moment for a second there, boy. It completely slipped my mind. I couldn't think of that word to save my life. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Shout out to y'all. Yeah, complaint. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's in there because of a complaint, not because he was indicted, man. Pooh Cook. He should have never been doing his own dirty work. I hear you. All right. They only filed a complaint. Yeah, that's why Shiesty's locked up right now. He was already in trouble due to the ankle monitor on his leg. He hadn't even finished his federal parole, and got in trouble again. So they was able to file a complaint against him, and basically get him locked up. So that's why we are here where we are right now, because he hasn't been indicted as of yet for the robbery of Gucci Mane. You know what I'm saying? And according to his lawyer, it's a lot of things that the state or the feds that say they got, but they don't have. There's no video, like I said. You know what I'm saying? Then so when it comes to the other guys, we don't know what they said yet. When it comes to the 30 in them, now Big 30's attorney most definitely did an interview for Vlad TV. You know what I'm saying? The guy who is representing Big 30, he did an interview with Vlad TV. Should we take a look at it, or y'all good on it? Let me know in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Should we take a look at what Big 30 attorney had to say, or are we good on it at the moment? You know what I'm saying? Let me know down there. We can always do it tomorrow or something. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all want to, we most definitely can view what it is that Big 30's attorney had to say about this case as well. A criminal complaint affidavit comes before the indictment often. Okay, I bet. Yeah, because the reason why we brought that up, madam, is because we heard Shiesty's lawyer, making a point to say that Shiesty hasn't been indicted. He's only been, that complaint had only been filed. And then after they filed a complaint, now they're trying to get an indictment. So with you saying that the complaint comes first and then the indictment makes a lot of sense. There was people that were saying that as well earlier. I wasn't saying that y'all was lying. I was just saying, like, basically according to his lawyer, he has no indictment as of right now. Doesn't mean it's not gonna come, but as of right now, the reason why he's locked up is off a complaint and not because he's been indicted on anything. at this point, at this time right now as we speak. Our people is something else, can't be trusted. Definitely some of those ankle monitors record. Okay. So the peeps who say they seen the video lying. Yeah, they saying that the feds, the state people haven't seen no video of 30, you know what I'm saying? And nobody else has seen the video of 30 when it comes to people that can basically prosecute. So until that video surfaces as far as with law enforcement, they got to treat it like the video don't exist. You know, that's what Shicey's lawyer is basically saying. That's pure hearsay until the video is produced. Yeah, because nobody has that video. That's what he said specifically. Yeah, let me spit that S out of there. So now I can't even say it again. I said it right the first time. Oh well, that's all y'all get from me. All right, let's see who this is. Put this up. Pretty sure she's gonna have a lot of interesting questions because she is conspiracy theorist. Is that you?
Yeah.
What's up, Doug?
What's going on?
Chilling. All right. So I took y'all all the way down through there, Thug. You know what I'm saying? From what was being said, what was alleged, to how the attorney could potentially be fighting this case. What do you think about the stuff you heard?
I honestly have no words.
No words? Not you, Thug. I know you missed something. You put your phone down or something. It's never like you not to have it's never like you to not have a question. Or okay, what's your opinion? What do you think? You think the Shicey finna get 30 years?
I feel like it's gonna do justice by evidence and the law.
And that I guess is that justice to 30 years, or is he gonna walk? He got a chance at walking. You feel like they case strong enough to hold him? You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna get found guilty, even with the loophole.
Yeah. He's. I do not believe he's gonna walk. I don't believe that, but I don't believe he gonna get no 30 years.
Do you think they're gonna be able?
It's just something. It's something missing. It's just too easy. You know what I mean? Like it's just too easy.
They said Govan put out he saw the video and 30 recorded it. Okay, he could say that, but where is it at though? That's the thing. Like unless it makes it into the hands of the authorities, it don't exist.
Which it has not, because ain't that the reason why where we at right now?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
so they got to treat it like it don't exist until they get their hands on it. That's why the lawyer said they don't got the video. Nobody don't got the video. That's what he said. So if Govan seen it, you know, if he didn't screen record it, he don't got it.
If it ain't no tape, it's a reason why it ain't no tape.
It's a reason why it ain't no video.
Yeah.
And don't forget, the studio employees, the owner and the people who work in there say they ain't hear nothing. So they ain't got no testimony for them, you know, as far as what happened. All they have is the people that was in the room, because it ain't no video of them of Shicey holding a weapon or none of that.
It's just weird because when it first happened, you know, you had to have to say it happened, which was me. Us conspiracy people, and then you had to have, oh, it didn't happen, it's a lie, it's a rumor, it's just that's AI. Now we come to find out that it's true. Yeah. Why should I have any words?
I don't remember you saying nothing about it, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
I have not so on you.
That's why you should have all the words. I'm not them. Don't tell them that.
I said, why should I have any words? Because, you know what I mean? In the beginning, nobody believed it was true. So it's just like, okay.
Well, I seen it most definitely, and I spoke on it the other day when I covered it. I seen it when Seti Nash put it out, you know, but since it was no other evidence that it happened. Gucci hadn't came out and talked about it. Shiesty ain't came out and talked about it. So people only to speculate whether it was real or not until these charges got filed.
Right.
And he's like, ooh, it was right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it, Thug. I don't know. I don't think they was wrong for not believing at first. You know, it just feel like a rumor. We hear a lot of rumors all the time. People will say this and say that, but that don't mean it's. I just think since nothing came for 3 months, that people were left to believe that nothing happened. Just because it's like what the lawyer says. Who wastes 3 months to go pick somebody up?
Right.
When you got them red-handed, basically.
Right.
Yeah, we got videos, we got pictures. Yeah, he on an ankle monitor. He should have been picked up the next day.
Right.
If not the same day. What took 3 months? That's what the lawyer is asking. So I don't know.
And I agree 100%. That's why I said I have no comment. Because this whole situation is just weird.
So what you think about the Gucci Man diss song? Was that his way of cooperating without cooperating, since they say he hasn't been cooperating, or none of them have been cooperating?
Yeah, that nigga straight dry snitch. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts or nothing. Like, the nigga broke the whole fucking thing down. Like,
man, he told the whole story, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm like, and then this is what's crazy, y'all. Everybody know I ain't lying. That Love Gucci Mane, that beat was fire. You like, what? Wait a minute. And it's an old beat. To me, it sounds like an old beat that
it sounds like one of the old Gucci beats.
Yeah, like, oh, this nigga crazy. What the fuck? Like, is this Keisha or is this Gucci?
Gucci say he went back to his roots. Did you get to catch the short movie?
No.
That boy Big 30, yeah, he a big funky poon. You a crash dummy. But you still signed to me after all that, bitch.
You know we can
Oh man, listen, y'all. That shit crazy. Hey, had Gucci Man at the end freestyling on the mic. Yeah. After all that, you still the man. He said, he put some emphasis on it. He put some emphasis on it. I'm saying, man, this is hilarious, man. Hey, listen, man, AI is something else, man. It really could have went down like that. That was like your favorite series. You waiting to see the next episode. Well, what happened next?
Man, I didn't even know that was developed.
Man, I just premiered it for y'all today, man. I seen it.
Yeah.
They said that's crazy right there. They did the whole rundown, you know, of how it was planned out. Put Gotti off in there. Yeah, Man, AI is off the chain, man. Who made this? Somebody on Instagram, man. Hey, but it's like watching an episode of Power or something like that. That was just the trailer. They need to turn that into a whole little thing right there. People will watch it. Sweet Stud, would you tune in? She over there doing 8 things at once. She over there trying to change the dog diaper. Yo, Dan, hope all is well, King. Oh yeah, Taylor, man, what's up with it, my
Don't
guy?
do me like that. I ain't changing my dog diaper. I'm making me something to eat, nigga.
I don't know what you're doing. I asked you a question. You didn't hear me.
Yeah. Black women that like to cook, make sure their kitchen is clean. So I was putting up my dishes.
Whatever you say, man. Whatever you say. Yeah, man.
I don't like you anymore.
Did we decide what we was gonna do with the 30 video?
Huh?
I was asking them, did we decide if we was gonna see what Big 30 attorney had to say? If they wanted to hear what he had to say.
Yeah, okay, so is he just paralyzed or?
Now that's being 10. I'm talking about Big 30.
Big 30 is Big 10 friend?
No, that ain't got nothing to do with that case. This is a whole different one. This Shiesty and Gucci Man. You talking about Big 10, Run, and the JR dude. That's a whole different situation.
I'm sorry, Karal. I'm sorry. It's just so many of us our brothers just fucked up. There's too many cases. Go ahead.
Already. Yeah, you can play them here. It's here. Let's hear all sides. All right, hold on. Let me pull it up real quick. So Big 30 and Shiesty's Pop, they have recently made bun. They was able to, I think they buns was $100,000. They bunned it out though. And another thing about Big 30's attorney is he's also Yo Gotti's attorney. So he being represented by CMG. Some more words. All right, here we go. Hold up. Hold up real quick. All right, let's start here. Sweetest Thug, mute your mic.
My bad.
Over there, sound like you over there cleaning that boo-boo out your bucket. She must have heard me, y'all. Sweetest Thug, you hear what I said? Thugger.
I got it on mute. What are you talking about?
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I heard what you said about boo-boo butt, something like that, whatever.
No, I said it sound like you over there pressure washing that boo-boo out that bucket.
No, bye.
I'm just messing with you, Thugger. Hold on real quick, y'all. Let me get this right. Yeah, she over there pressure washing that boo-boo out that bucket. They used to have me rolling every time they see it, I'd be cracking up. Hold on, man. Gucci sounded pretty upset on that song.
Possible dilemma. I'm not saying this is the truth, but here's a possible dilemma. From the outside looking in, it appears that Gucci signed this release under duress. Now, if it's proven that it was signed under duress, then the contract gets thrown out and Pooh Shiesty is still signed to Gucci for however many albums. But if Gucci says nothing happened, I'm not going to say that it was signed under duress, then the release is valid. And Pooh Shiesty is no longer signed to a Gucci Mane. So there's that angle to look at. I don't know how serious it is. Me personally, if I was Gucci, I would just let it go. You know, at the end of the day, he's already made money off Pooh Shiesty, and if the alternative is sending Pooh Shiesty to prison, I would just say, I'm not going to cooperate. But then again, people get greedy, and sometimes they're just going after every dollar. So I don't know.
It all comes down to how much disdain does Gucci have for Yo Gotti. He knowing that as soon as if he say whatever, you know, that he can't claim that it was under duress. You know, if he was never threatened or anything like that. And so to me, it seems like it comes down to how much is his disdain for Yo Gotti. If he take the stand, he still gets all of Pooh Shiesty's rights. Pooh Shiesty still signed to him. If he don't, then Pooh Shiesty has the right to leave, basically go sign with Yo Gotti, and Gucci Mane miss out on that money. You know what I'm saying? That he could have made off of Pooh Shiesty. Tough spot to be in, man.
What's going to happen? But this is a theory in this case.
Well, I think even from a legal perspective, nobody has produced this document. Because that would be some corroborating evidence.
Right.
So let's say the feds say, all right, we don't feel like we have enough to go forward. And then a few years later, they produce this document. Now you've corroborated the criminal complaint. That's a corroborating, that's a piece of evidence.
Which is snitching.
Well, yeah, I mean, until the document is produced, Pooh Shiesty is still signed to Gucci Mane right now, as we speak, until it's officially produced and Atlantic Records gets notified or whatever.
He probably still signed to him based on this theory that it was signed under duress.
If you
Hold
got
on
hit,
real quick.
even if you were not driving.
Well, Pooh Shiesty has two lawyers, from what I understand. Attorney Bradford Cohen,
which we heard earlier,
and Gary Helms. Are you familiar with these two?
Yeah, I've heard of Gary Helms. I've never worked with them.
Well, Bradford Cohen said that there is a significant gap between the allegations made by the government and the actual evidence.
Let's go.
And Gary Helms said the defense will present a version of events that is significantly different from the federal indictment. And the defense team has denounced the claims of the feds, and they're focusing on reviewing the evidence in anticipation of the bond hearings. So have you talked to Pooh Shiesty's lawyers? And are you guys working together in any capacity? Because at the end of the day, Big 30 is not the target of the feds. It's really Pooh Shiesty.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, I would anticipate I would speak to them. And again, I think what they're saying is the same thing that I'm saying, right? That there's the government's version, and then there's our version. And our version is that
Ms. P.
my client didn't commit any didn't commit any crimes, didn't break any laws, and didn't travel to Dallas, Texas, across state lines from Tennessee with the intent to commit a robbery and a kidnapping.
Well, Arthur Horn, I appreciate you coming in and talking about the case. It's still very much an open case. Your client is still sitting in jail along with 8 other co-defendants. It really is a tragedy, man, on a lot of different levels, because like you had said earlier, Pooh Shiesty, he got out, I think it was like 112 days ago, dropped first day out. It became a huge song. Everybody was back on the Pooh Shiesty wave. And, I hope that what really happened isn't the truth, because at the end of the day, I feel like Pooh Shiesty had a very long career ahead of him. And yeah, a lot of people sign bad deals. That's just how it works, especially as new artists. But eventually the deal ends and they go on to have even bigger deals, because then there's a bidding war over your next deal. And they go on to have more hit songs and big concerts and everything else like that. So at the end of the day, I hope this is all disproven and he can go back to having his career, as well as your client having a career as well, and so forth. But this is really a very crazy situation.
Yeah, I mean, it's really unfortunate that it has come to this. I mean, you saw with Meg Thee Stallion. I mean, she was able to, for years, she was disgruntled with her label, and they were able to, her and I think Carl were able to work something out. Now you're watching Finesse, who's also a Memphian.
So they hoping, you know what I'm saying, basically in so many words, that they can appeal to Gucci, and basically get Shiesty, I guess, back on board, for some more money or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I'll sign for some more albums, or something like that, if you can just not go testify against me.
Big Gucci. This for all the crash dummies out there. I don't know what the fuck you thought. Still get money. This ain't that. It's 1017. It's Gucci.
All right, so y'all heard it, you know what I'm saying? However you choose to take it. We most definitely heard from the attorneys of Big 30, as well as the attorney of Pooh Shiesty, man. Both of them are in agreement that basically they're going to make the state, the feds, because this is the federal case. They're going to make the feds, prove their case. Ain't nobody, admitting to right now at this point anything that they cannot prove. So it's looking like to me it's going to be a put up or shut up type situation, as we got to see various angles that the lawyers could go in order to fight this case that's going on with Pooh Shiesty 30 and Gucci Mane. You know what I'm saying? We most definitely heard 30 lawyers throw out a couple of scenarios, as well as a way that they could resolve this thing and make a whole bunch of money. You know what I'm saying? To where nobody goes to jail. Gucci Mane gets to make some paper, and basically get his revenge that way. Do I see that happening? Absolutely not. Gucci Mane sounded real, you know what I'm saying, upset on that song, you know, to where I feel like if they can't use anything else, they can use the song as far as Gucci Mane's testimony, even if he chooses not to testify. You know, he said enough right there. But we also seen where Shiesty's lawyer can try to counter that by saying, you know, why Gucci Mane ain't said nothing about no straps if he allegedly had one to his head and his life was in danger. He didn't say nothing about them stealing no watches, this, that, and the third. You know, so hey, it's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out, guys. But as long as they keep me updated, I keep y'all updated, man. Shout out to everybody that rocked out the whole show. If you haven't hit that like button, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new over here, subscribe to the channel, man. You know, like I say every time, man. If you want to catch the unedited version, because I'm most definitely gonna take care of this one. Make sure you check out my Twitch. Moderators, if y'all don't mind, drop the Twitch link in the chat, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow me on Twitch. I'll most definitely be over there as well, you know, with the content. And like I said, I tend to edit these type of live streams right here. But if you want to see the unedited version so that you don't miss anything that I talked about in this setting, make sure you subscribe to my Twitch. And with that being said, Sidewalk Gang, checking out. I catch y'all on the next one. Man, y'all be safe.
Hit that like button.
Haters gonna hate anyway, man.
Subscribe to the
This
channel,
in the lab live. Used to bake pies. Now I'm on YouTube on In the Lab Live. Hit the like button, yeah. Go ahead, subscribe. Ain't no telling what you see. It's gonna be a long ride. Better open up your eyes, cause we be in the bitch till 7 in the morning. Coffee in one hand and the sweet got me zoning. Blocking all the haters. Shout out my moderators. They make the show greater. Main reason why we made it. So up on the top, I can't see the ground. Got these niggas mad. They love when I was down. Now nigga up, and they can't tell me shit. Shout out to Scale Gang and all my people in this bitch. I got haters, I got friends, I got product, I got ends. If I ever get a plaque, I know they gon' hate me then. Still rolling in that lag slow, hotter than Tabasco. Don't matter what you buying, I can get you what you ask for. Hottest in the streets, yeah, these niggas can't compete. We be grinding while they sleep, yeah, 7 days a week. I ain't tripping on the docks, telling niggas come box. Right, knock them out of socks, boy, you must be smoking rocks. Hey!
This in the lab live, man. Subscribe to the channel, man.